Day 43 of the government shutdown. House leaders are expected to vote on the continuing resolution that passed the Senate. And joining us now, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. Majority Leader, it's good to have you on. Good morning. Thank you.
Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
I've seen it a few times where they ask Speaker Johnson about it, and I don't know, people run with, you know, if it bleeds, it leads. And I guess he didn't answer, oh, yeah, it's a done deal. It's definitely going to happen. They try to instill a little bit of uncertainty about whether it's all going to go smoothly. Is it going to go smoothly? Will it be today?
It's going to be today. We'll start the process probably around 4, 5 o'clock. The actual vote on the bill to fund the government will probably come later around 7 o'clock after all the debate. There'll be, I'm sure, a good, thorough debate. But it's so important that this gets done. We've been trying to end the shutdown for over a month now. And look, I think some Democrats still want to play games and inflict pain on families across America, but we've got enough, luckily, 8 in the Senate. You know, we may get a few more than that in the House who want to end this madness and just let people get back to their lives, stop holding hostages. We still have differences we need to negotiate. That's going to go on, but don't hold the American people hostage. It's been a ridiculous shutdown. It's time to end.
I've watched things in sort of it's very puzzling to me when I've seen leaders of the Democrats say, we are not going to accept this. We are going to keep fighting to keep the government closed, which is just, I wonder whether they hear themselves saying we're going to keep fighting, we're going to keep fighting to keep the government closed. And they know full well what's happening at airports, what's happening with SNAP, what's happening with air traffic controllers, salaries, government workers. They know full well. It's very strange to be in that position. How do they justify that?
Yeah, they know that this is inflicting pain on millions of Americans. And are they not listening to those people? And these aren't the millionaires and the billionaires that they love deriding every day. This is the least amongst us. You know, SNAP recipients, low-income families who really need those food stamps. It's going to be our men and women in uniform, air traffic controllers who work incredibly stressful jobs and now have to also go drive an Uber shift just to make ends meet because the bills are still due, just because Democrats shut the government down. And they don't care that they're inflicting pain on people. Yep. It's madness. But it's going to end today, hopefully, and let's move on.
I mean, it's two votes, and even with the new representative that's been sworn in, the margin remains the same, and you have no doubt that Speaker Johnson has the votes?
Well, it's going to be work because you still see the Democrat leadership digging in against this thing. Again, last night they were in the Rules Committee till 1:30 in the morning trying to bring amendments to do things like gut the $50 billion rural hospital fund. What does that have to do with any of these fights? And how's that going to help any family to hurt rural hospitals? They are a rudderless ship of a party right now. They don't know what they want. All they know is they want to wreak havoc on the American economy and hold Americans hostage. And I think the American people are sick of it, and it's going to end today. We just need a few Democrats to join with us. I think we'll get that, and then we'll move on to a lot of other things we have to do.
Yeah, that is interesting. The midterms are coming up already. They're not really coming up, but that's next. And I don't know how the two parties are going to be viewed in hindsight as time goes by. I can tell you, I looked at something this morning, and you know, I made the reference that AI, roughly half the time it's wrong, but I looked at something that was trending. It said the government's set to reopen after a Republican bill to cut health care, Obamacare credits, that they finally voted. They were they finally were able to pass that with help from Democrats. A Republican bill to cut Obamacare subsidies. So that's on AI. And then, so people read that, the public.
And that's inaccurate, but you know, that's,
it's
if
totally,
it's on the internet, it must be true.
And they ask the public whose fault it is, and the public has just read that Republicans are cutting health care benefits, and then they say that they're on Democrats. And then the same people use that to justify, to say that, oh yeah, more people think it's Republicans' fault. It's just like this weird
and those
circular.
Those COVID health benefits, the subsidies they're talking about, that go to insurance companies, were set up by Democrats, not Republicans, to be temporary. Democrats are the ones who set them up to expire. They never wanted them to go on beyond COVID. And yet now they're saying that's what the shutdown's about. Well, then why were they trying to gut the $50 billion rural hospital fund last night?
It's not 20 million people that are going to see these. A lot of people are not going to have these huge increases, but there are, I think, at least 2 million or so that are going to be very adversely affected. Not wealthy people. I mean, I think it's what, 400% of a living wage or something is who it affects. But that could come back to haunt Republicans if something's not done. Do you think that it passes when there's a vote in December for this?
Well, I think the one thing that all of this is exposed is that Obamacare is deeply broken. And it was Democrats who created it. Everybody knows Democrats only passed Obamacare. We said it was going to create problems, raise costs for families, limit options, limit the doctor-patient relationship. And it's done all of those things, unfortunately. And so now we're at a place, do you keep shoveling hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayer money into insurance companies while your premiums keep going up? Or do we actually focus on lowering premiums? That's what Republicans have been focusing on. In fact, in our One Big Beautiful Bill, we had a provision called the CSR, cost share reduction, that would have lowered premiums for families by 13% on their health insurance premiums, and it was Democrats who blocked it. So, Democrats have always been against lowering premiums because they want to push everybody into Obamacare, even though they admit it's failed and it's costing families unbelievably more money. 80% more you're paying for Obamacare than just 10 years ago. Why won't they work with us to lower premiums on families? We're going to do that, by the way. We have bills in Congress right now to lower premiums, and we're going to move those bills.
That's the criticism that we hear levied against Republicans a lot is you've never liked Obamacare, but you still have not posited or proposed a fix or even an alternative other than just getting rid of Obamacare.
We've laid out a lot of ideas, and Democrats have voted against them actively. So there have been votes. PBM reform last year would have lowered prescription drug prices. Again, the CSRs that we had in the One Big Beautiful Bill, every Democrat voted against, scored by CBO to lower premiums by double digits for families. We have other things like health savings accounts, association health plans, very proven to lower premiums and give families more options. They want to push everybody into Obamacare and give you no choices. We want to give you a lot of choices and lower your premiums. Big, big difference between the two parties.
What's going to happen in January? And do you ever see any of these bills? I think Ron Johnson had a bill where this would not be possible to do this again, to threaten or to do a government shutdown. What's happening in January?
Yeah, and I like Ron Johnson's bill. Jen Kiggins on our side had a similar bill to pay the troops. You had other members, Mark Alford, to say, don't hold the American people hostage if we have a difference of agreement over government funding. But as you saw, even in the middle of the shutdown, when pain was being inflicted by Democrats, it was Democrats who voted against those bills to just help military men and women, air traffic controllers, other federal employees. So hopefully common sense comes back to some of these folks. We're going to give them those opportunities.
All right, Andrew, you want to? I mean, the rage on the left is for these 8 senators. It's like, it's just, it's hard to understand. Can you explain it?
Yeah, Democrats are attacking each other right now. It's ridiculous.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, why? I want you to ask that. It's downright, it's uncivilized.
You did a very good job with the majority leader.
Okay.
Look, we're ready to go. We're going to get this thing back on track. And then we have a lot of work that we're going to make up. Next week's going to be a very busy week in the House. We're going to be moving good agenda, policy agenda items for the American people.
Reconciliation
and Democrats bill? We're looking at it. Obviously, if we can get consensus, we'll do it.
because you did the OBBB, and it's just been fighting since then. Trying to prevent other things from happening. So,
but there are a lot of other good ideas. We're looking at permitting reform. We want to do a number of other things to help energy production in America, lowering crime. We got a very busy agenda the rest of this year.
Majority Leader Scalise, thank you. Appreciate it. Squawk Box,
Thanks.
Right back.